at me now, I'm flying so high. I can see the whole world. Look at me now, I'm ready for victory. It's my time, my turn. Hero, oh, oh, oh. We will rise for the ceiling, yeah. Hero, oh, oh, oh. We'll take flight, push your limits, yeah. Hero, oh, oh, oh. We will rise for the ceiling, yeah.
From the classroom straight to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center here in San Juan City, our favorite volleyballs are once again ready to soar as we continue our coverage of NCAA Season 99 New Heroes of the Game. And our featured match for the day is the two-time defending champions Benilde Lady Blazers and the San Sebastian Lady Stags in what should be a very interesting matchup as Benilde is looking to extend their 32-match winning streak in the women's volleyball tournament against a team that is hungry for their first win of this tournament. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood sa GTV, and we are also saying hello to everybody who are tuned in right now all over social media via NCAA Philippines on Facebook and on YouTube. And as always, for everything and anything about sports, all the news and highlights, the latest, do check out GMA's page on Facebook and on X. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ngayon. My name is Anton Ross, and with me, breaking down this matchup for the very first time this season, we have former Lady Spiker Gaira Baroga.
It's great to be here, of course, with no other than Mr. Pure Business. It's gonna be a great day, of course, we have San Sebastian versus Benilde. What do you think, Anton?
Well, you said pure business, but I'm also a little bit about fun nowadays, and we're gonna have fun
Anton
checking out this
2.0.
matchup between San Sebastian and Benilde. And also helping us out at courtside, we have Christine San Agustin, who was able to speak to our coaches, and later on she will be sharing kung ano nga ba ang naikwento sa kanya ni Coach Jerry Yee ng Benilde at ni Coach Roger Goreev ng San Sebastian. We'll get to Christine in the first set, but Gaira, Benilde, as usual, in the past 2 years, looking unbeatable. They haven't dropped a set. San Sebastian, though, they have looked good, especially in the last match against San Beda. Yun nga lang, they're missing that finishing touch.
On the side of San Sebastian, I think nahihirapan to get their groove. And also, parang diesel yung team nila eh. Getting off of that, they lost the first 2 sets. And then the next 2 sets, they got it, pushing it to a 5-setter match. On the side of Benilde, alam naman natin, very dominant ang team na to. They just have to get the right, I would say, key players inside the court. And the trust they have, Coach Jerry has in his team, of course. Alam niya paano paggalawin yung players niya.
And the thing about Benilde is, Coach Jerry is kind of experimenting with his lineup. Yung mga stars niya, yung mga experience at nagpa-champion sa kanyang mga team. He's balancing them out. The rotation has been stretched. But despite that, Benilde hasn't dropped a set.
You're right about that, Anton. Kahit sinong ipasok mo sa Benilde, talagang mag-perform, I would say. As you can see from the stats, services pa lang, 10 service aces. Grabe, but you can also see, look at those attacks, those spikes, 41 versus 24. You can really see that this is a champion team, and a lot of teams rather, would want to beat Benilde.
Now, if you told me before the season that Jade Hentapa would be coming off the bench for the Lady Blazers, I would have thought you were crazy. But that's what is happening with these Benilde Lady Blazers. At ang sinastart ni Coach Jerry, itong si Waylin Estoque, a sophomore, that just goes to show that iba yung tiwala ni Coach Jerry, and he's evolving. He's coming up with a different strategy as they go for a three-peat.
I remember the time ni Nakla Briam, talagang yung second six, then yung mga rookies yung pinapasok ni Coach Jerry. So you can see the sophomore star with 8.7 spikes and 1 ace. Going back to that, Coach Jerry has so much trust in his freshmen and rookies and the sophomores kasi gusto niya na pagdating ng time na sila naman yung seniors, super ready na sila for the big stage.
And that was his explanation. That is his explanation as to why he is giving these young ones a chance to shine. as we are in the early goings of our tournament. Now, let's talk about this match. This was the first ever 5-set contest. I covered this match along with your friend and fellow DLSU lady spiker, Mika Reyes. A thrilling encounter, and I'm sure you're pretty happy about this because your dad won his first match here in the NCAA.
Yes, of course. My dad is the head coach of San Beda. That's why iwas tayo sa pag-cover na yun. But San Sebastian, I would say they had a really great game after the during the third set and fourth. Kaso nga lang, kinapos talaga sila on the fifth. You can see from the statistics here, the service aces of San Beda was 7 versus 5. The blocking of San Beda was 12 as well. So that's something we have to see from San Sebastian here. They have to up their blockings and also their attacks, especially their floor defense. Kasi grabe ang Benilde magpaikot ng tao and the placement of their shots.
We're looking at Kat Santos, who during her rookie year was the Rookie of the Year and the league's best scorer. Last season, her performance took a dip, but in her third year here in the NCAA, we're seeing that she's really a natural-born spiker, averaging 19 points per match.
She definitely is. 26 points, Anton, off of 25 spikes and a block. Usually, when you see this kind of output, kalat yan eh. You'd see blocks, you'd see aces, pero this, having it from spikes alone, you can see how smart of an attacker she is.
That's insane. 26 points, 25 out of spikes, from spikes. So we'll see what she can do against the Benilde Lady Blazers as we turn it over right now to our Coliseum announcer para makilala ang mga starters.
Magandang araw mga kapuso! Mula sa Phil-Oil Eco Oil Center, San Juan City. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 99, New Heroes of the Game. Napapanood ngayon sa GTV. Worldwide sa pamamagitan ng GMA Pinoy TV at GMA News TV International at may live streaming pa sa gmanetwork.com, NCAA Philippines website, YouTube at Facebook with NCAA updates, highlights and results on GMA Integrated News. This is match number 15 in the women's division between the College of St. Benilde Lady Blazers and the San Sebastian College Recoletos Lady Stags. Introducing our referees for this match. First referee, Larry Escoriano. And our second referee, Darius Caganda. Let's meet our starters. Let's meet our starters first. From the College of St. Benilde Lady Blazers, beginning with team captain, outside hitter number 17, Jessa Dorog. Middle blocker number 3, Mitch Gamit. Setter number 8, Chloe Montañedo. Opposite spiker number 9, Gail Pascual. Outside hitter number 14, Waylin Estoque. Middle blocker number 21, Zam Nolasco. And our starting libero number 5, Fiona Gatigan. Head coach for the Lady Blazers, Coach Jerry Yee. And on the other side of the court for the San Sebastian College Recoletos Lady Stags, we have first, middle blocker, our team captain, number 10, Amakatan. Outside hitter number 1, Kath Santos. Outside hitter number 4, Tina Marasigan. Setter number 5, Marga Adia. Outside hitter number 11, ZJ Deposoy. Opposite spiker number 12, Juna Gonzalez. Our starting libero, Chloe Lazarte. And head coach for the Lady Stags, Coach Roger Gorayev.
So what's the hashtag for that? Coach Roger blowing kisses to the camera.
This is the Lady Blazers versus the
I
Lady
can't think of one right now.
Stags.
It's too funny for me.
99 new heroes
Well,
of
you know,
the
he's
day.
just trying to light up the mood because San Sebastian right now are 0-3. Adjustments made by Coach Roger. ZJ Deposoy is starting as she performed well in the previous outing against San Beda. Para naman kay Coach Jerry Yee, he continues to have Jade Hentapa come off the bench. And the two words that come to mind with that strategy are sacrifice and trust.
They have a lot to prove in this match. San Sebastian needs to challenge the spikers of Benilde, rather.
First serve of the match will be coming from Flo Montenegro.
Gloan Mondoñedo, one of our best servers here in the league, will start off the first rally. And we are officially underway. Adia to Deposoy, popped up by Hetigan. Mondoñedo gives it to Jessa Dorog. Adia starting in this match today. Kat Santos, too much spice on that spike.
First point to CSB.
I think Kat Santos, of course, coming out of a 26-point outing, 25 from spikes. Siyempre, manggigigil pa siya coming into this game in order to at least match the numbers she had from last game.
She is entering Gretzel Soltones territory with those kinds of numbers as Mondoñedo makes us look good as she gets that service ace.
Mondoñedo is always a reliable server for Benilde.
Her third serve of the match. Still targeting Santos. Back set to Marasigan.
That was a good cut shot from Marasigan. Of course, as an open spiker, you have to know how to rotate inside the court, and her hitting from the opposite side is is so much talent for this young girl.
And her cramping up in the fourth set, late in the fourth set against San Beda, really hurt the cause of San Sebastian in that match, which to me was a very winnable match for San Sebastian, but it could have gone either way.
San Sebastian, like we were talking about earlier, Team Diesel kasi itong San Sebastian. But hopefully in this match against Benilde, you have Pascual inside the court. You have a really tall front line for them. Sana they should match it and also bring their A game here in the first set pa lang.
Good save by Hetigan. Estoque, cross court. Santos was there. Quick attack for Amakatan. Is it on the line? Yes, it is.
It hits the corner pocket of the court. Good target for Amakatan.
Stepping up this season as the new team captain of Coach Roger Gorayev's team. Mondoñedo making it look easy.
What a hit from Nolasco. Going for that middle and challenging the blockers. Usually from Nolasco, we would see hits that are long balls. But this one talagang bitaon niya in front of the blockers.
And I feel that was just a preview of things to come for Zam Nolasco with her height and physicality. She's only going to get better. Wow, combination play. 3 blockers, sinabayan si Gail. Deposoy. Mondoñedo was there. Waylin. A little wide on that hit.
That was outside by Estoque. I've been seeing also with the services of Benilde, they have been challenging the open spikers of San Sebastian.
That was season 97 MVP Maika Go. Coach Jerry taking his time integrating her or reintegrating her back to the rotation.
It's great to see her on the bench and suited up kasi last time she was an assistant coach.
Yes, she was an assistant coach and she looked as good as the girls in the OBB.
You're right about that, Anton.
Actually, yung mga players like si Cha Cunyada, now, di ba, assistant coach siya sa Letran. She looks and plays the part really well, being the stats girl.
Of course, if you're injured and being the captain at that, syempre gusto mo talagang tumulong sa team no matter what position you're in.
Waylin Estoque, cross court, gives the lead back to Benilde.
Good shot from Estoque, going long and extending her arm.
This is Gail Pascual. Season 97 Finals MVP, Santos. Getigan. Mondoñedo tees it up for Estoque.
Estoque is on fire here on the first set. Even though she has two blockers in front of her, she will really challenge those hands.
And as the season goes on, you start to see it. You start to see the reasons why this is the rotation of Coach Jerry Yee. He's preparing Benilde for the future to extend their reign, extend their winning streak. Pascual from the back row.
I'm very excited to see what the future holds for this young Benilde team because they have so much maturity and experience that they're showing us here in the NCAA.
Can you imagine? In season 100, Pascual will still be there, Mondoñedo will still be there, Hentapa will still be there. It's really just Mitch Gamet who are going to miss.
They still have a full lineup and their rookies will still learn a lot from their seniors. Kaya I think Benilde, after maybe 3-4 years, dominant pa rin yung team na to.
Scary times for the rest of the league. Meanwhile, an ace by Amakatan.
I've seen so much improvement from Amakatan. Of course, her being captain right now, she has so much pressure on her shoulders. She has to bring up her teammates, so she has to be the best example for her team.
Mondoñedo to Gamit. So Mitch Gamit with that spike puts Benilde up 8-6, and when we come back, Christine San Agustin will have her first report for us. Don't go away. Keep it right here on GTV.
Pasok na ako, ma.
Hello mga ka-NCAA! Nandito po tayo ngayon sa PhilOil Eco Oil Center kung saan magaganap ang opening ceremony ng NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball Tournament. At kikilalanin po natin ang mga players ng ating 10-member schools. I am Lizala Nieves for NCAA Season 99.
It's official! Last weekend ay opisyal na ngang nagbukas ang Men and Women's Volleyball Tournament ng NCAA Season 99.
Masaya tayo no, na nagsisimula na ang NCAA Volleyball Men's and Women's. No? Especially this is one season away from the centennial celebration. So we're hoping no, na we encourage all the fans, especially yung mga supporters sa mga atleta natin, na suportahan natin ang NCAA. This will be a very exciting season as we are seeing no, yung pag-prepare, yung excitement ng lahat ng mga atleta, lalo na ang 10 schools ng NCAA. And we're hoping with your support that we'll be able to achieve no, milestones for the NCAA this season.
We are very happy. Especially na ang NCAA dito na ginawa sa malaking venue and also with the presence of our boys and girls participation na kailangan i-prioritize din nila yung kanilang academics. Kasi sabi nga nila, ang paglalaro is only secondary. Number one is academics. I'm hopeful na matatapos yung liga nito without any kind of injuries na mangyayari sa lahat ng athletes.
Super exciting talaga dahil nagsama-sama na naman in one place ang ating student athletes from our 10-member school.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversation.
are back here at the NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball Tournament. It's the Lady Blazers versus the Lady Stags, and coming in today with the cleanest streak of them all, the Lady Blazers are back once again to hopefully add an additional W to that immaculate record. Kausap ko nga si Coach Jerry kanina at ang sabi niya kahit pa man magkakasunod ang kanilang naging pagkapanalo, he still reminded the team that they should not be complacent and they should maintain their high energy and high spirits just like what they have shown since the first time. Meanwhile, Coach Roger reminded the team that this game will really determine who they really are because a very difficult challenge is awaiting them, lalo na this is CSB that we are talking about. At alam niyo ba na ang ilan sa pinaka-inaasahan nila mga players tulad ni Kat Santos at Amakatan ay masama pa ang pakiramdam ngayong araw. Dala na rin ang panahon at ng pagod sa ensayo. Despite that, they both showed up in high spirits hoping to have their first win. Yan muna ang kwento mula sa courtside, Anton and Gyra.
Thank you for that, Christine. Coming off of what you told us, what Coach Jerry said na kailangan nilang maging consistent in terms of their energy. Kasi I've been seeing the trend for their past games. Pagdating ng third set, dun na dumidikit yung mga kalaban nila. Maybe that's complacency coming in for the team, but that's something they have to overcome in this season.
They're really just playing against themselves because they're on another level as compared to the rest of the teams unless we see somebody really challenge them.
But what's good about this season, this 99th season, maraming teams na umangat din yung kumpiyansa, and of course the talent of all the girls in the squad, in each team talagang nag-improve.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some upsets already, like the straight sets win of Letran against Perpetual. That to me was a shocker, with all due respect, because Perpetual is a team that is highly touted. They finished 8-1 last year in the elimination round. So for them to get swept by a team with a new coach, I would define that as an upset.
Also having Dapol, a former MVP of the league, being there for time. So talagang it was a surprise, but you can see that how much all teams have improved in the NCAA.
And another match that comes to mind was the Mapua Arellano match, wherein we thought it would be a long match, but Mapua got swept. So, a lot of unpredictable matchups.
Unpredictable is the word, Anton.
Marasigan trying to punch it to the CSB side or Benilde side. So, yan yung report ni Christine na they're not 100% healthy.
Bakit ba sinusuntok mo yung bola? Hindi naman boxing ang laro natin, volleyball. May laglag ka pang ganito, kala ko kung fu master ka. Ha? Bakit tatatlong daliri? Yun naman sinuntok mo, ang layo-layo ng bola sa net. Hindi na. Matagal na tayo naglalaro. Gamitin mo yung experience mo. Kailangan matibay kang mag-isip. Ha? Kaintindihan mo? Alalayan nyo to, parang hindi nag-almusal. Nag-almusal ka ba? Ano inalmusal mo? Baka lang, tuyong...
We got Coach Roger here. We've been laughing at that timeout. Of course, the very famous Coach Roger. But again, sinasabi niya nga, they have to have better reflexes in this match. Yung sinabi niya na hindi kayo boksingero, I think they have to put out the volleyball skills dito in this match and be smarter with their moves.
Naalala ko yung isang quote last year. Sabi ni Coach Roger, di na kayo yung pinapanood eh. Inaabangan na lang yung mga sasabihin ko sa timeout eh. And if you're a player, di ba, you have to have that pride in you na, teka, dapat tayo yung pinapanood dito.
Yeah, I think that was a challenge naman from Coach Roger. Coach Roger, of course, very, very animated. As we saw that service ace from Mondoñedo.
So that's the second service ace of the match for Cloan. Amakatan, Di Makulangan, back row, spike by Kat Santos. Here's Pascual. Santos was there. Difficult back set. Sinuntok na naman ni Marasigan ang bola. And Dorog is able to break down the wall. And ayan na naman, sinasabi ni Coach Roger.
Inaano niya na yung pagsuntok as we see Dorog going through the blockers on this one. CSB now has a 5-0 run.
But you know, Gyra, we've seen some weird forms of attacking here in Season 99. Like, si Judiel Nitura, may mga times na pag nagsaserve siya, parang kinakalmot na yung bola eh.
I think it's all about the technique. Whatever works for the players.
Yeah, and these are techniques that are not in the textbook. And that's why it's weird to me. A strange set of attacks. Anyway, we'll take a break. Benilde leads San Sebastian 16-8.
Good day, sports fans. This is Game On, the very first sports podcast of GMA. Brought to you by GMA Regional TV and Synergy and GMA Digilab. My name is Martin Javier.
Half minute left. Shot clock is down to 4. Manalini. Kaboom!
Let's talk about anything and everything about sports. I am Coach Hammer Martin Antonio.
Ang pinaka-key to be a very good shooter, to be able to score, is repetition.
Makasama din natin ang inyong mga iniidolo o paboritong atleta mula rito sa bagong-bagong opisina ng GMA Integrated News. Ako naman po si Anton Rojas.
Unang laban sa Seniors Division at grabe, nag-enjoy tayo doon dahil napakainit ng laban ni Borromeo at Caños.
Game On!
There you go mga kapuso. You guys can also find us on GMA News and GMA Sports Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on Google. Alright, very first episode is here. Finally.
After a long percolating time.
Yeah.
Haba.
Almost a year. Almost a year of waiting.
Finally.
Okay, talagang binuking natin. Kasi matagal tayo naghintay dito. But we're very happy that Game On is finally here on the pod. If you guys don't know, ito po yung extension no in-between show natin during the NCAA season. Volleyball, basketball, we do a mini segment there called Game On. Kinakausap namin yung ibang athletes and we talk about different sports topics. But obviously, we only had limited time. Or on the show, on the TV show, we have limited time.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Is this it? Yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest.
Mancom representative, my high school coach, Coach Dax Castellano, and of course, Master Stephen Fernandez. Olympian Stephen Fernandez competed in the Barcelona Olympics in Taekwondo. Very happy with what is happening with Benilde's season so far. Unblemished record. And is that the third service?
It is the third service ace by Mondoniedo. From her technique, you can see that she's not serving hard, but the targeting the seams and the sides of the receivers rather. Challenging Kat Santos on that one for an overball.
Zam Nolasco. Deposoy. Blockers were there, not over. Point goes to CSB.
Ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Roger din earlier na alagaan yung score because it's hard. It's hard to catch up already. It's 18-8. They should not have any errors in this match, in this set anymore.
Marasigan. Katigan. Dorog. That's a point as Amakatan avoided that ball.
I like the targets of Benilde. They've been targeting the corner pocket because they can see that SSC is already, as we hear it from this timeout,
tingnan mo muna yung pwesto mo bago ka umilag. Iniilagan mo yung bola, layo-layo mo dun sa likuran, nando ka sa may bandang unahan eh. Pag pinalo niyo yung bola, paluin niyo ng todo. Wala namang bayad, libre yan. Paluin mo ng todo. Pag na-block, di i-coverage natin. Pag pumasok, eh baka sakaling ma-misreceive pa nila yan.
Good timeout from Coach Roger. He's reminding his players that they should hit the ball well and i-over nila yung bola kasi we've been seeing a lot of errors in terms of their spikes earlier.
Almost another ace for Mondoñedo. And nothing Coach Roger can do but scratch his head as the Lady Blazers have gone on a 10-0 run.
Mondoñedo very, very consistent here on the service line.
Yeah, she's been living on that service line for a while.
And another ace. I think this is her fifth.
Man, that is insane.
What a serve targeting that donut hole.
We are losing count as to how many aces Mondoñedo has tallied sa dami. 4. Our statistician is on point, letting us know. Ika-4 na service ace. Babalik ang bola dito sa side ng San Sebastian. Von de Maculangan. Marasigan. Mondoñedo saving it. Dorog finds a way to get it back to the Lady Stag side. Santos, back row. Pascual tipping it to the other side. Cross court, too strong.
That finally, San Sebastian breaks the run of Benilde here, 21-9.
So coming into this match, Gaira, Chloe Mondoñedo has tallied a total of 4 service aces. So now she's 8 for the season. In this match alone, in this set alone, she has matched her entire output so far.
Again, what we were saying earlier, sobrang consistent ng player na to. She doesn't serve hard, but her targets are on point.
It's crazy to me how she has not won a best setter award in the NCAA. She's got to be the best setter who have not won the award.
Well, again, this year might be her year, Anton. Kita mo rin kasi yung bilis ni Mondoñedo, even though Getigan, she's not giving perfect passes, but the way Mondoñedo runs, sobrang bilis.
And here she is. She is not wasting any movement. Stands still, sets. Estoque. Second touch. Or second attack. Estoque. Cross court. Santos was there. De Maculangan. Deposoy is able to sneak that one in.
Challenging the hands of the blockers. She knew that Pascual had high hands, so she went a little lower than usual. Also, Nolasco was pretty late on that block. Marasigan now with 2 points from 2 attacks. Costly service error here.
Set point for Benilde. One of their most dominant sets in season 99. Deposoy gets another point.
She extends the set point here on the first set.
Jump serve.
Good serve.
A la Lady Beast, Gretzel Soltones, several years back.
Of course, you're always gonna look at sinong magagaya mo sa mga seniors mo. And of course, it is working for Deposoy.
I wonder what the record is for most consecutive service aces.
That's something I want to know also.
Diba?
Here in the NCAA, of course. Good block from San Sebastian.
Estoque. Deposoy. Pascual hustling. A rare free ball given up by Benilde. Di makulangan. Amakatan bounce ball.
Amakatan stepping up as the captain of San Sebastian. And getting a point off of that chance ball. Usually, pag chance ball kasi magpe-play na ang isang team. But they went to the basics and they went for Amakatan.
ZJ Deposoy. And that's the risk you take when you attempt those jump serves. Benilde takes the opening set 25-13. Quick work of the Lady Stags. We'll take a break. You are watching NCAA Season 99 New Heroes of the Game.
Hindi natin track yan! Yung phone ko!
Drop pa adventure na to!
Mountain Dew! Fuel for adventure! Adventure! Huli ka, boy! What the truck! Bilis!
Wala ka nun. Ito, sa Game On Podcast, we can absolutely talk about anything. We can have lengthy conversations, meteor conversations.
Na palitan and mas maraming chikahan.
That's right.
And I think it's only right because, I mean, first of all, special thanks goes out to everybody who tunes in and watches the show. We have been fortunate enough to have been recognized by Trinity, by Anak TV. So I think it's only fitting that after we have received those awards, we extend, just like what Martin said, our show to a podcast kung saan hindi tayo nabibitin. Because minsan, sa dami ng gusto nating sabihin on TV, time is very limited. Pero dito, mas mahaba ang ating oras para makipag-usap and to bounce ideas off each other.
Okay, but since we have new viewers, syempre, hindi naman lahat nakapanood no TV version ng Game On. So I feel like for our new viewers, for our new listeners, we need to reintroduce ourselves to them para lang may konting credibility, context, and just a sneak peek kung ano nga ba yung naganap sa sports careers namin, how we ended up here on the show. Alright, who wants to start?
Go na dapat.
Sige, let me start. Okay. My name is Martin Javier. We're a sportscaster and host. Started way back 2016 with the NCAA. Siyempre, batang NC. Tapos, after NCAA, got to cover different leagues as well. NCAA, UAP, different sports, volleyball, football, basketball. Tapos, ABL, as in Basketball League. Started as a courtside reporter there and then commentated on some games here and abroad.
$25-13. Could have been 25-10, but ZJ Deposoy was able to get some points in. Let's take a look at the highlights of that opening set.
I think the best plays or the best player in this first set would be Mondoñedo with her service aces, going for that 10-0 run, 11-0 run just with her service aces. So you can see how consistent she is. Of course, Amakatan, she's one of the players that really has to step up here for San Sebastian as the captain. Also with Kat Santos, who had a 26-point outing in the last match.
Unfortunately, it was reported that Santos is not 100%. So that really hurt San Sebastian, as you can see in the scoring here.
It was just a 20-minute first set with Benilde having 12 attacks versus San Sebastian's 9. 0 blocks from each team. 5 service aces from Benilde. 4 were from Mondoñedo. And look how minimal the errors are for Benilde. They only have 2 errors compared to San Sebastian's 8.
And I feel like these numbers, especially just those 2 errors, that the eyes of the coaches just light up seeing that.
Also, usually in sets, ang spiker ang pinakamaraming points in one set. But Mondoñedo matched Dorog's 4 points. Both of them are the highest pointers in the first set.
And that's very impressive considering you have Gail Pascual, you have Mitch Gamit who has been leading Benilde in scoring this season. And then meron ka pang Estoque who has continued to improve. I want to talk about this lady right here, si JJ Dionisio.
Yes.
So I was talking to her in the previous match kasi ang nangyari sa kanya last season, she was number 4 in scoring as we see that spike by Jessa Dorog. Number 4 in scoring as an open spiker, a converted open spiker. In season 97, she was a middle blocker. And then 98 open spiker, now she's back to middle blocker. And she seems to be struggling with the adjustment as we see right here.
Having a lot of positions in volleyball can be considered positive and negative kasi minsan you know a lot but you're a master of none. But in this point, si Dionisio, I think she has been having a lot of experiences. So, magiging maganda to for her career.
Nolasco with a slam dunk.
Also, something I'm seeing here from San Sebastian right now, they have Amakatan on the back row. Usually, you have a libero subbing in for a middle blocker. But we have Coach Roger having so much trust in Amakatan on the back row.
Estoque down the line. Santos was there.
Good pickup.
Mondoñedo to Zam. Nolasco puts it away.
Benilde has prepared a lot for San Sebastian. Usually, you can see San Sebastian going in already because they know that there will be a lot of hard spikes from Benilde. Pero ngayon, ang Benilde, they're targeting the long balls, the corners.
Deposoy. There, finally, Benilde gets a block point. Their first of this match.
Ang ganda ng pagdikit ni Nolasco there to block that point. Usually, you're gonna see gaps in between, but she made sure that didn't happen.
And an ace by Dorog.
Baba eh. Ano pang hinihintay mong set? Papunta na nga sa iyo yung bola eh. Common sense lang yan eh. Common sense dictates, kukunin mo na para maitaas. Ano pang hinihintay mo? Diba? Papaluin mo lang yung bola. Hanggat may ilalayo mo sa spiker, ilayo mo. Huwag yung basta bara-bara na palo na gano'n. Maghanap ka ng padadaanan mo ng bola.
Tulungan lang tayo. Tulungan sa receive. Try natin to. Ha?
Tingnan nga natin, baka marunong na yung libero natin.
SSC!
Kami, palitan mo yan.
I remember from the last game, also Amakatan was the one receiving from the back row because yung libero nila medyo struggling. So Coach Roger is trying out his libero again, giving that trust.
Let's see how Lazarte will respond. The young libero wearing jersey number 9. And there she is. Delivering that ball to the setter, Di Makulangan.
Dorog goes too long on that one. Dorog really looks like her sister. I had the chance to play, of course, with Justin, her sister. Talagang magkamukha sila and how they play, very similar.
And Justin is another one of those players who played multiple positions, right?
Yes.
Spiker and then naglibero pa yun, di ba?
Yes, she's a really talented player.
Pascual.
Pascual from the middle this time. Good play going for that 3. It's actually a differential set. Usually, setters would set it high, but knowing that Pascual's very athletic, very tall, and very fast, you'd go for the short balls, the low balls rather.
Gonzalez stepping on the brakes.
Ito yung hinahanap ni Coach Roger kanina na pag pumapalo kay iwas mo sa mga defense. So that's what Dionisio, Deposor rather did.
Martinez is now in for San Sebastian. Mondoñedo. Estoque. Difficult set.
Kept alive.
Dionisio picking it up. Pascual registers another point. Gail Pascual just toss it up to her and she knows what to do with it. 8-2 Benilde. When we come back, Christine San Sebastian will be reporting again from courtside.
PBL. Tapos I also hosted a show called Upfront. It's a lifestyle show for athletes. And then went on to do different gigs, non-sports gigs as well on television. Currently on 24 Horas right now. Game Changer. We also feature athletes and different activities there. So, yun. And now, here with GMA Synergy with the NCAA and on Game On. Okay.
Yung pala yung ending na. Okay. May I just say that as a friend and colleague of Martin, the thing I'm most proud about of this guy is when he hosts the red carpet of the GMA Gala. Para sa akin, you know, that's when you are at your best. You become the Ryan Seacrest of the Philippines when you're interviewing the likes of Ding Dong Dantes, the Bus and Raver Cruz, Julian San Jose, all of the stars. And you're the guy. You came from sports. You are interviewing these stars. Man, props to you. Props
Thank
to
you, brother. Thank you, brother. Okay. You, Anton. Ito.
Siya pinaka-vet sa ating tatlo.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna
Vet of
keep it.
vets.
I'm just gonna keep it simple. So I started my sportscasting journey in 2009. Covered pretty much every league, pretty much every sport. Pati ang chess, nakapartner ko pa si Eugene Torre, first grandmaster in Asia. Throughout my journey, I've done things that I never thought I would do, and because of that, I am eternally grateful and thankful to everybody who has helped me along the way. But I think the essence of what I do as a sportscaster is that I'm here to tell stories of inspiration. And I think when people watch sports, they get inspired, they get motivated to reach their dreams. And that, I feel, is the essence of what we do. Our role as sportscasters, we provide these stories in the hopes of touching people's lives. And with this show, I hope that we're able to do that even more.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes.
You are still watching the NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball Tournament with 8 rookies on the team. Coach Roger mentioned that this is a really huge problem for the Lady Stags, especially that when the 4 remaining seniors are kind of failing to guide them in the hard court. Dagdag pa niya, hindi niya na rin daw ma-pinpoint kung bakit nga ba nagko-collapse mentally ang Lady Stags. Lalo pa tuwing ensayo naman ay napakaganda ng kanilang ipinapakita. Meanwhile, light and breezy naman ang situation sa CSB at nakausap ko nga si Chloe Mondeniedo kanina at ang sabi niya, as a senior player in the team, the last thing that she wants to show is fear and fatigue, especially for her last playing year. Her only goal is to help her team achieve that back-to-back championship. All for now, Anton and Gaira.
Back-to-back. Of course, Mondeniedo, knowing that she is one of the people na maraming expectations sa kanya yung team niya. And she is showing up for it, Anton. She's doing a lot of great things in this match and in this season alone.
9-3 ang ating talaan dito. Benilde still ahead.
Estoque, 3 points out of 3 attacks.
Now, Christine did mention that Mondoniedo said she was going to play in her final year. Although here in our list, it's only Mitch Gamit who has indicated that she's graduating. So maybe that's something that we can confirm if we do get a chance to speak with Chloe Mondoniedo. But if it is her last season, wow.
That's a big shoes to fill for Basarte.
And I would think that Coach Jerry would have to use Basarte even more if we're thinking about yung strategy niya na yun nga, he's trying to build for the future.
I think what he's doing for this squad, you have a lot of attackers for Benilde. You have a lot of good attackers, but Mondoned, of course, being the brain of the team, siya yung lethal, very critical position in the team. So she's someone you can't just replace. So during times na super lamang na ang Benilde, pinapalit niya si Basarte.
Bench landed on the service area.
Santos.
We gotta see more from Santos here. Challenging the hands of the blockers. And she has really good form when she's hitting.
Despite being under the weather.
Yes.
And still going with that jump serve.
When you're an athlete, you just want to push through eh. May sakit ka or wala, talagang you're gonna try and show up for your team.
Can you imagine? You have a player of the caliber of Jade Hentapa coming off the bench. And your team is the champion team.
This is how you know that Benilde has a very deep bench.
Decent a job, but they'll take it. Trying to one hand set that one to KJ. Cross court.
Good adjust by Pascual.
Gonzalez with the point.
Ito yung nagiging butas ng Benilde because if you can see their defense pattern, Mondoñedo is already here going for the short balls and yung line, yung sweeper nandun na going for that line ball. So there, yung butas ng defense nila would be zone 6.
Basarte. Back set. Hentapa.
Hentapa showing us that she is one of the most experienced people in her squad. Good serve targeting Kat Santos.
Back set. Nolasco was there. No check called. 7-point advantage for Benilde.
Jade Hentapa with 100% attack efficiency. 3 out of 3 points.
And that's considering she was cold off the bench and then we just jinxed her.
I heard you say something. Ano yun? Yung panel's jinx?
Broadcasters jinx.
Broadcasters jinx.
Yeah, na-experience ni Mika yun eh. First time.
She had a really good experience with you on the panel ah.
I don't know what it is, but diba, pag first timer, humahaba yung laro eh.
Oh yeah.
And we had like a side bet off camera. I said I have a feeling it would go 5 sets. And then she said feeling niya straight daw, but hindi niya alam kung sino yung mananalo.
Wala. She will be the new 5-setter queen of the NCAA.
And for a while, I thought she was gonna be right. But of course, Coach Roger's girls came alive in sets 3 and 4.
Having a well-decorated coach like Coach Roger, of course, hindi basta-bastang magpapatalo ang San Sebastian. Now, San Sebastian is only 4 points away from Benilde. Hopefully, they get more points and minimize their errors in this set.
Yeah, looking at Kat Santos, she does not look like she's 100% healthy.
Good defense.
Janicio. Gonzalez off the block.
Gonzalez has been the silent attacker for San Sebastian. She has been getting a lot of points. And she's really smart with the way she hits because you have 2 blockers, very tall blockers in front of you. But she used that to check the ball out.
Basarte, Nolasco on the drop. Gonzalez. Basarte.
What a set from Basarte. Katarig had a hard time adjusting to that, but I think that was a really good set from Basarte. Opposite setting. Instead of setting it to the open, she set it to the opposite side.
Itong lineup na to, Gaira, this is a preview of season 100. Parang ganyan yung ginagawang style ngayon ni Coach Jerry E.
And he's been doing it for a lot of years, starting from Clabriam. He would start Micah Go, their batch. And now, look, Micah Go, sila na ngayon yung on the bench coaching naman their rookies. And it's been effective.
Amakatan with a resounding spike.
Amakatan has been playing so well in this match from the middle. So explosive and so powerful.
And you love to see San Sebastian fight back here after being down 6-0.
Now they're just 2 points away with Amakatan and her block.
Gamit. Lazarte was there. Santos through the blockers.
Talk about power from Santos there. No blockers got to touch that ball.
This is the flu game of Kat Santos. Dorog back on the floor. Here's the pass, Basarte.
Good placement hit by Estoque, targeting down the line.
We have a technical timeout. Benilde is holding on to a 2-point advantage here in set number 2.
Touching people's lives. And with this show, I hope that we're able to do that even more.
Definitely.
Sabihin ko na nga, proud ako dun sa... Ginawa niya sa akin kanina eh. Pinaka-proud ako. Hindi, dun sa...
Please be careful.
Dun sa binanggit mo, sa mga binanggit mo. Nag-cover siya ng chess nun. Challenge kay Antonio with Eugene.
Yeah, GM.
Practice na, di ba, ng online chess? Naglalaro.
Guys,
We were doing that online kasi pandemic yun eh.
Nag-commentate siya nun, virtual
Yes.
Oh, so, mas mahirap yun. Sobrang proud ko kay Anton. That was during the pandemic, you know, we had limited resources back then. Pero, binanggit mo, Anton, that we tell the stories of these different athletes. One of the stories na lumabas mula sa NCAA, Coach Hammer.
Hindi ko alam kung paano napunta.
Ganda na!
Sa totoo mo, hindi ko alam paano ako napunta rin.
Beautiful segue!
Galing, no?
Okay, sige.
But,
Go, Coach.
sinabi nga Anton, telling stories. At ako, ako fun guy ako. I'm just here. So, galing ako sa NCAA. I played and won championships with San Beda. Go San Beda fight. Of course, really proud from where I'm from. But sabi ni Anton, telling stories. Ako gusto ko naman ikwento yung stories from the perspective of being an athlete, and now I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I work with athletes. I see them grind throughout the off-season, and yun, ako, maiksi lang naman eh. Galing ako NCAA, batang NCAA ako, laki akong NCAA, and I'm really proud na naging part ako dyan. And like you guys, you've been around covering games. I started doing TV work in season 91.
Yeah,
91. So, season 110th year. So it's been a while na rin. Kaya I really enjoy telling those stories.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports.
16-14, the Benilde Lady Blazers are leading San Sebastian. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Anton Ross together with Gaira Baroga, and of course at courtside we have Christine San Agustin. Mitch Gamit quiet in this match. Let's see if Basarte will get her more involved as San Sebastian is inching closer to them after starting this set down 6. Amakatan.
Amakatan coming alive here in the second set for her squad. As the captain, of course, she will try to make those points.
Hey, you know, I have to applaud the young libero of San Sebastian ever since Coach Roger made that joke in
She's
the
been
huddle.
playing well.
Yeah, she's responded. And she has stayed on the court, Gyra, and there she is.
Stepping up to Coach Roger's challenge. That was too powerful for Junicio. We have Mondoñedo coming back in.
So would you say that's a look of concern on the face of Coach Jerry o hindi pa?
I don't think so. I think Coach Jerry, medyo smile pa ni Coach Jerry yun eh.
Di mo kulangan. Setting it up for Kat Santos. Goodbye.
What a hit from Kat Santos. Are you sure she's sick? I don't, she's playing like she's
If
not.
Christine never reported it, I would not think she's sick.
She is playing really well.
On deck to serve, team captain Amakatan.
Just a 1-point lead for Benilde. Uh-oh.
It's a rotation error for San Sebastian. Just when they're inching closer to Benilde.
Man, those are the errors that just sting.
Ito yung dapat mga iniiwasan na errors because ito, tingnan mo, 16-17 yung score kanina. They had that chance to get closer. Good receive.
Santos. Mondoñedo. Check out for Dorog. Oh, wait a minute.
San Sebastian gets that point with Martinez. Blocking.
It's in. It was in.
On deck to serve, Kat Santos.
Rather, I think it was Junicio who got that block.
Jump serve for Santos.
Wow!
And an ace!
Kat Santos saw that there was no one on the zone 1 of Benilde. Look at that form. Also, she challenged the libero, which is unlikely.
For the lead. Mondoñedo to Nolasco. Santos picks it up. Gonzalez cross court. Mondoñedo tees it up for Dorog. Benilde a little bit shaky here. And San Sebastian takes advantage.
San Sebastian is now up by 1 against Benilde. And look at that hit from Junicio. Iniwas niya talaga yung bola sa blocker.
Now, if I just watched that single play, I would say that KJ looks very comfortable as a middle.
And she's doing it really well.
2-point lead for San Sebastian.
Benilde is now scrambling and struggling against San Sebastian. Coach Jerry calls for a timeout.
And we have a timeout on the side of CSB.
Alam niyo na yun. Short na yung bola. Bakit kayo atras na atras? Tapos nag-aagawan pa kayo. Forward na kayo. Ha? Sabayan na natin. Uy, ang bagal nyo na. Let's go. Pakaiwas error na kayo. Mamaya na lang.
Coach Jerry is not satisfied with how his team is playing. We usually see, yan, si Coach Jerry, pinahabayaan niya yung players niya na magsalita. Pero before the camera went to him, siya na yung nagbibigay muna ng instruction before giving the stage to the girls.
Now we're going to see what the Lady Blazers are made of. Mondoñedo, running attack for Nolasco. And it goes wide.
Everything is just working out for San Sebastian right now. Good intention on that running hit, although it was too wide.
Kat Santos.
She has to be consistent on the service line now.
Mondoñedo to Dorog. And finally, Benilde stops the bleeding.
Dorog hitting it off of the blockers. Good height.
Bad news for San Sebastian.
Mondoñedo is on the service line.
Yep, she's had 4 in this match, and now Benilde.
Benilde is called for a rotation error as well.
Wow. What a turn of events. And that expression says it all. We rarely see that expression from Coach Jerry Yee. Cross court, Lazarte unable to pick it up properly.
Kat Santos trying to run for that, but she just couldn't make it. Estoque going for that cross court hit. Jesadorog, 7 points off of 5 attacks.
Back set.
Ooh, that was too long and too strong for Jesadorog.
So San Sebastian are 2 points away from taking a set from Benilde.
Coach Jerry is sitting in disbelief that this is happening to his squad right now.
It looks like San Sebastian is carrying over some momentum from the San Beda game, which went 5 sets.
Benilde is now slowly inching nearer to San Sebastian, but still 2 points down. We have Michael Go coming in for the first time in this match as a service specialist for Nolasco.
So the last time Benilde dropped a set was March 7, 2023 against Mapua. That was the last time the Lady Blazers dropped a set, over a year ago.
And we may see it happening again now, as San Sebastian is 24 points in this match.
That match was won by Benilde in 5 sets. San Sebastian at set point, on the verge of stopping what has been a very, very long run by Benilde.
Of course, yung teams ngayon, makaset lang because you know how dominant Benilde is. So getting a set from this squad says a lot for their team.
Lazarte with a pass. Amakatan, can she finish it off? Free ball. Mapupunta sa Benilde. Mondoñedo to Estoque.
Estoque says not yet.
And Coach Roger calls the timeout that could potentially get the set for San Sebastian.
Huwag kayong magmamadali. Dahan-dahan, resibin nyo ng malumana yan. Matuto kang tumapat. Hindi ka lalapitan ng bola. Kahit 50 taon, hindi lalapit sa'yo yan. Tingnan mo yung spiker kung saan kakabig. Sundan mo. Nakita mo na nakakabig, nandun ka pa rin sa pwesto mo. Ano makukuha mo ron? Mag-play ka, magpatong ka kung paano.
Coach Roger reminding his libero na dapat mas maayos siyang bumasa. Lazarte should not just stay put but actually move around the court and read.
Yeah, interestingly, in the opening match of last season, itong dalawang teams na to naglaban and San Sebastian actually won 1 set against Benilde. Can history repeat itself? Santos! The answer is yes!
San Sebastian takes the second set in this match.
And our final score in set number 2 is 21.
Despite starting the set down 6, the Lady Stags catching the Lady Blazers napping. And Coach Roger Goreyev I think he's holding back a smile.
He's not yet that happy. Game's not done.
I second that motion. Job's not finished. Let's go to set number 3 after the break right here on GTV.
Okay, so now you know us. Feeling ko naman yung mga sports fans na nakikinig sa atin, may isa na silang game na napanood na siguro lang na nandun tayo. Tayo yung nagko-cover ng game, or at least we're somehow part of the coverage. Alright, so Game On is finally a podcast. We're very happy about this.
Yep.
We will cover, kung dun po sa Game On TV version, syempre, it's all about the NCAA. Hapyaw lang kami nung iba't ibang sports. In this version, on the pod, we are going to cover a wide range of topics. Kung ano yung latest sa sports, we're hoping to cover those. And some expectations, guys. For our viewers, ano ba yung pwede natin pag-usapan dito sa show?
Topic first, basketball. Basketball is our national passion. Dami tayong pag-usapan. College, lalo na, ang daming mga nangyayari sa college sports. Pro game, NBA.
So like I said during the intro, makakasama natin yung inyong mga paboritong athletes and idols. And I think in any podcast, yun yung inaabangan ng mga tao eh. So if you guys have any person in mind na gusto nyong kausapin namin, we promise you, we will ask the most hard-hitting and burning questions to these personalities to get to know them even more.
Okay. So, hard-hitting questions.
Diba?
Simula pa lang eh. Mainit ka, partner.
And guys, we will not hold back. Okay, we will not hold back. Yun yung purpose natin dito. Okay.
Kaya Game On yung title eh. Diba? Everybody's gotta be game. Not just us, but also the guests.
Dream guest natin, LeBron James, bro. Come on down, man.
Okay.
From LeBron James diet.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news,
Benilde drops a set for the first time in over a year. March 7, 2023 to be exact. Benilde won in a thriller, a 5-set match against Mapua. So that was the last time they actually dropped a set. Since then, it has been all straight sets until today.
Well, you have San Sebastian rising up to the challenge. And of course, yung timeouts ni Coach Rogers, nakabuhay din sa kanila with Kat Santos coming alive here in the second set with her picture-perfect form of her spikes.
Amakatan also leading her team, leading by action. And we see Coach Jerry talking to Getigan. That spike by Santos, I think, inspired her teammates.
Yes, and hopefully we see a better squad for San Sebastian here in the third set. Benilde 16 attacks versus San Sebastian's 14. They had one more block against San Sebastian as well. Both squads only had one ace. You can see Benilde had 9 errors compared to San Sebastian's 4. Earlier, remember, they only had 2 errors in the first set.
So there lies the problem. Now I'm looking at the lineup of Coach Jerry. So Pascual is in there, Estoques in, Cloan and Jessa Dorog, but no Hentapa, no Gamit. Thank you so much for tuning in to our coverage. Anton Rojas together with Gaira Baroga and Christine San Agustin at courtside.
Jessa Dorog, the young captain, scoring for Benilde. She also has a lot of pressure on her because Micah Go was the former captain. Now you have Dorog. She really has to step up in order to iangat yung squad niya and to be more consistent.
Serving for the Lady Stags, KJ Junisho.
Junisho also had that crucial hit from the middle earlier. Pascual. Regalo.
That's still alive.
Di makulangan. Down the line, Estoque saves it. Estoque, back row hit. Di makulangan. Amakatan with the entry.
Amakatan is just stepping up for her team. Even though she's had a lot of blockers in front of her, even in the second set, talagang she's up for the challenge and she's gonna make sure she scores that point.
Junicio. Is that on the line? Yes, it's on the line.
In terms of body language, we are seeing a different San Sebastian in the third set, Anton.
Ever since that timeout where Coach Roger singled out their young libero, San Sebastian has been a different team. It's like Lazarte was suddenly possessed by the spirit of Eliza Eroa, and Santos was possessed by the spirit of Soltones.
Of course, who would you look up to but your seniors, diba? So we have Micah Go and Mitch Gamit on the bench. Great hit by Nolasco. I'm also very excited to see Nolasco's growth here in the NCAA.
Yeah. Imagine another whole off-season of weight training and just getting better with experience and age.
She's gonna be a lethal weapon for her squad.
Because she's a standout, like, from a physical aspect alone.
That's true, Anton.
Ooh.
This was a long rally, but it was ended by an error by Gonzalez. Medyo nag-alangan silang dalawa ni Lazarte. This is why you need communication in volleyball. You just have to call mine and just push through with it.
Estoque. Getigan. Pascual.
Good hit from Pascual, but I saw she's in front of me right now. Sabi niya sumabit. So she's not, hindi siya masyadong masaya sa palo niya na yun. And of course, Gail Pascual, who has a high vertical, and yung reach ng arms niya, mataas din. She's one of the players to watch out for in this squad. That's Jess Adoro, goes for an ace.
Nagpapaulan ng mga service aces ang Lady Blazers. That is their 7th service ace. Not over.
Of course, Benilde, still have Jess Adorog on the service line. Benilde is very, very consistent with their services. Last game alone, they had 10 service aces against JRU.
Di makulangan. Amakatan, Nolasco popping it up. Montoniedo tees it up for Pascual.
Good defense on the side of San Sebastian.
Montoniedo to Nolasco. Saved by Di Makulangan. Lazarte to Santos. Just enough to get it to the Benilde side. Pascual.
Pascual goes off the block. But what defense we're seeing from Di Makulangan. Back-to-back actually earlier.
Still serving for CSB.
Then Pascual just drops the hammer on San Sebastian. Di Makulangan to Amakatan. Mondoniedo keeps it alive. Getigan to Waylin Estoque.
Estoque with high hands. Even though she has 2 blockers in front of her, she will make that point. She now has 8 points in this match.
And Benilde leads San Sebastian 8-3. Christine San Agustin will have another update from us for us at courtside when we come back on GTV.
Kobe. Kobe. Kobe Mon eh.
Kobe Mon?
Yeah.
Diba? Meron naman sa sa NCAA. Hindi, pero syempre. We want to invite, of course, the best basketball minds.
No, of course.
The best sports minds, not just in the country, but
Yeah.
we gotta dream big, bro.
Yeah.
So,
International.
in terms of dream guests, I've said this before, my dream guest has always been Coach Ramil De Jesus. I don't think there has been like a one-on-one interview, at least I haven't come across one, or kahit sa print, I have not seen or heard the life story of Coach Ramil. Of course, I've had conversations with him. I know his background. Pero yung sit down with him, talk about his journey, and he's one of the most brilliant minds in Philippine sports history. So, medyo impossible dream yon. So, kung nanonood ka man, Coach Ramil, for years, I've been trying to get you on. Hopefully, mabigyan mo kami ng pagkakataon. But for starters, gusto ko makausap natin CJ Perez.
CJ.
I would love to have also one of our friends and broadcast partners, Michelle Gumabao. CJ, I think he's one of the best players in the PBA. He's part of Gilas also. MG naman, part of Creamline in the PVL. So, we want to get the best people on Game On. So, I think that's my short list for now.
Well, ako, to be honest, yung dream guest ko, dream conversation ko would be yung isa sa mga idols ko growing up na watching sports. Joe Jaworski. Alam mo ako kasi
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Is this it? Yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest hard-court drama. We'll bring you stories.
You are still watching the NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball Tournament from the wise words of Coach Roger. This is a you versus you game. Kung mindset ang problema nyo, walang ibang makakatulong sa inyo kundi ang mga sarili. Yun lang din. This is after Coach Roger mentioned that the problem is not about their skills but about the mindset that should come with it. Meanwhile, it has been evidently quiet here at the Benilde side, and that left me wondering, Anton and Kyra, ano nga ba ang magpe-prevail ang mga coach ni Coach Roger o ang silence na nanggagaling mula kay Coach Jerry? Ano nga ba ang mga ibig sabihin nito? Balik sa inyo, guys.
We're seeing earlier we have the statisticians here. Now in the first set there was a 11-0 run by Benilde, and now in the third set they're looking to recreate that. They're at an 8-0 run right now.
Wow. So it's been a game of runs, seesaw battle at that. But going back to Christine's report, it's a difference in personalities with regards to the coaches. Coach Roger, as you have called him, and Coach Jerry, a man of very, very few words.
Very contrasting silang dalawa eh.
On deck to serve, Judah Gonzalez.
It's kind of like a person in real life who lives on social media and a person who at all costs avoids it. A person who prefers it when the Wi-Fi is not working. Estoque. Well, in real life, when the Wi-Fi is not working, sometimes you're more productive.
But we can see Benilde, they're a very, very productive team.
Especially the young ones, the ones in their sophomore and junior years. Di makulangan. Santos.
I can see the reason now that San Sebastian is having a hard time to do set plays. They don't have the first ball, as we hear a timeout from Coach Roger.
Ididiin mo, pilipit pa yung palo mo, nandun ka na sa inyo, babalik yung katawan mo rito, tapos papaluin mo ng matiin. Walang snap yung bola. Itin nyo na kaunting mathematics, so may geometry yan eh. Hindi yung palo tayo ng palo. Ikaw naman, pilitin nyo yung dalhin sa unahan yung bola. Hindi tayo makakapag-play kapag hindi umaabot sa attack line yung reception ninyo. Anong gagawin natin? Hindi tayo pwedeng humingi ng saklolo. Kayo ang gagawa niyan.
Hindi tayo eh, para sa harap sigat kasi nakuha ko siya.
Sige, sige.
Yes!
All hearts from the bench of San Sebastian, but Coach Roger, I think he knows that we were talking about it before the timeout. As I was mentioning, they've been having a hard time making plays kasi yung mga first ball nila hindi umaabot sa first line, sa attack line, or sa setter.
Oh, natrapik sa sariling kakampi. Benilde taking advantage.
Estoque with a good hit on that one. Although ito na, San Sebastian will have a substitution. Di Makulangan is going out for Adia,
who actually played a lot of minutes in that 5-set match against San Beda. Adia setting it up. Combination play for who else? Kat Santos.
At Santos apologizing for her hit there as it hit Nolasco on the forehead. Coach Roger talaga. Eyebrows up.
That's gotta be a GIF right there.
Dorog running for that one.
Adia chooses Amakatan.
And that is what Coach Roger is looking for here in San Sebastian. They need that perfect pass in order to activate and utilize their middles.
6-point lead still for Benilde. Mondoñedo to Gamit. And is that the first point of Mitch Gamit?
I think it is. She hasn't been activated since the first set.
I think it's time now to start maximizing Mitch Gamit here in the front row for Benilde. Gamit hitting it towards the back. KJ keeps it alive. Watch out for Gamit. Here she is. Mitch Gamit, back-to-back points for Benilde.
I think she knows that you were talking about her earlier, Anton. Look at that running hit.
Specialty of the house for Mitch Gamit. Adia. Santos, sharp spike.
I just want to commend Santos with her physique right now. Grabe yung sobrang kondisyon ng katawan niya compared to the last year. And look at the power she has. She has more athleticism in this 99th season compared to the 98th.
And I actually feel na pwede pang mag-improve yung conditioning ni Santos.
She still has a few years here in the NCAA, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, 2 more years to be exact as we see another hit by Mitch. Estoque. Lazarte. Santos with space to operate and is able to sneak that in.
Sneak that in is the right word because Gamit and Mondoñedo were actually surprised that it went in. She's now on the service line. Santos with 11 points from 10 attacks and 1 ace. Very similar to her last game. Mostly coming off of attacks.
Dorog.
Good wind up from Jessa Dorog.
16-8, Benilde on top as we head to this technical timeout.
Basketball junkie ako eh. So, Jomo, Coach Jolie pa. Yung mga yan, yung mga old school. Kasi yan yung mga nakalakihan ko na dream. So, medyo lumalabas na yung part ako of that older generation eh. Who believe that.
Hindi ko yung generation.
Hindi mo na generation, but kayo TikTok generation.
Wow!
Kasama na kita. Kasi yun yung conversation natin kanina. Ako, Jaworski tsaka Jolie pa yung but again, if going back to that, ako yun. Kasi I would have wanted to have a conversation with the late Coach Chato Badalato, Coach Ron Jacobs, because I'm a coach. And ito, curious ako eh, yung mga executive side of how is it running a school running a league. Diba? Yung mga yan. Of course, PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall, our Mancom sa NCAA, si Executive Director Rebo Sagisa. Kasi iba yan eh.
He'd be game to come on.
Yung mga ganyan na conversation on the management side of things, how they run their organizations. Yun yung mga gusto ko matutunan and makita.
You know what? We should guest Maddie Madeag on the show because Coach Hammer once said that she stared down another player.
She does that!
And she clapped back on Twitter before it was called X. Okay, let's just end it at that. Let's just end it at that for now. Okay, let's just end it at that. Madzilla, shout out to you. Guys, we had a very great time. First episode.
Gusto nila mag-trash talk tapos i-dedenay nila.
Patikim pa lang po ito.
Pakatawanan ninyo. Ano ba yun?
Nakikita nila kung gaano ka-intense si Coach Hammer.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Here's the game, yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest hard-court drama. We'll bring you stories behind each point and victory, one play at a time. Follow our official
You're watching our coverage of NCAA Season 99. Benilde looking for win number 4 here in the tournament. San Sebastian looking to avoid falling into a 0-4 hole.
Of course, in this match, they want to enter the winning column. But again, it is gonna be a challenge since si Benilde ang kalaban nila, Anton.
And Mitch Gamit has come alive here in this set and kaka-technical timeout lang pero tumawag agad ng timeout si Coach Roger.
Tatapi ka rin lang naman, di mo pa itinodo. O sana, hindi pinadaan mo na lang sa ibabaw. Tatapi ka malambing na malambing, nandun ka sa loob ng court. Buti sana kung nandito ka sa dulo. Ha? Ilan ang spiker mo? 2 lang. At so anong gagawin mo? Meron sa back. So anong gagawin mo? Ikaw, sino quicker mo? Huwag kang pumasok ng diretso. Ang lalaki ng block mo eh. Mag-slide ka para yung isang blocker humiwalay.
Go, go, go! SSC-R!
Oh, isedyas ka na naman sa akin. Wala naman tayong away Bakit piss ka ng piss sa akin?
He's talking to our second referee, Darius Caganda.
He was actually telling Coach Roger that he already has used his 2 timeouts. Pero piece daw ng piece. As Gonzalez goes for that play in the middle. Yung sinasabi niya rin earlier sa timeout, Anton. Sabi ni Coach Roger, wag kumuha siya ng blocker sa kabila kasi straight lang yung pagpasok ng middle. So he wants his middles to be more deceptive.
Parang yung ginawa ni Nolasco. Her body was turned to the right but she tipped the ball to the left. So that's one way to deceive the blockers. Santos, back row. Mondoniedo, Nolasco. KJ.
That's the live.
Adia. Oh! Out of sync with Dionisio there.
Adia and Dionisio, I think they had miscommunication on that play. As we see it from this replay. What a save from Benilde. Off timing si Dionisio on that approach, I would say. Mondoniedo now with 14 excellent sets.
Di Makulangan setting it up.
Still alive.
Gets it to the San Sebastian side. Santos with a lot of steam.
Gets a check on the blockers. Good target for Kat Santos.
Malinaw na malinaw. Tumama sa daliri ni Zam. As Christy Ondangan comes in for the first time here in this set. Hentapa. Dimakulangan tossing it up. Estenzo to Jade. Mondoñedo to Ondangan. Power tip does not work. Martinez, wala pa rin. Dimakulangan. Whistle was blown. Net touch by Benilde.
I think that was for Ondangan in the middle. Benilde is 8 points ahead of San Sebastian, but again, being San Sebastian, they should bring the momentum from the second set, their second set win into the third.
Hentapa, smart play.
That was a good drop ball from Hentapa, fooling the blockers.
Points in a match for the Benilde captain. Makatan, nayanig ang blockers ng Benilde.
She gives a taste of their own medicine earlier. Makatan couldn't get that block, but she made sure that Benilde wouldn't be able to send that back to them.
That was a blockbuster spike. And Ondangan again.
I can see nagbabalikan lang to si Ondangan tsaka si Makatan. Good approach and good hit.
21-12 though, in favor of Benilde. Yun lang.
Oh, she wasn't satisfied with that, of course. She's been doing well in the front row. Yun nga lang pag middle blocker ka, pag when you're on the back row, especially service, minsan nag-aalangan ka talaga eh.
Check ball. Or did it touch the corner line?
It was a check ball by the blockers of San Sebastian.
So Jade puts Benilde to within 3 of the 25-point mark here in the third set. Dimakulangan to Santos, cross court, dug up by Getigan. Estoque. Hentapa. Estoque. Junicio was there. Dimakulangan to Santos on the drop. Saved by Hentapa. Dimakulangan recycles it.
That wasn't over though. Great set, but Santos nanggigil na siya going for that down the line because she saw that there were no blockers on that zone 1.
The intention was there. Kulang lang sa
Execution.
elevation, timing, and yes, execution. Oh! Gamit. Easy power tip.
Gamit, of course. Look at that intense look by Gamit. She already knew where that ball was going, and of course, no entry.
Mitch Gamit has been Benilde's barometer for success here in season 99. Mondoñedo with a spike.
A hitting spiker. Ang hitting setter, that is. As Estoque gets that point and closes this third set.
So Benilde now 1 set away from notching their 4th win of season 99. We'll be back for the 4th set here on GTV.
Coach Hammer versus Mads.
Much respect. Totally dominant player.
Facts.
Diba?
Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Patikim pa lang po ito. We are so excited for what's to come. Game On Podcast with me, Martin, and Coach Hammer. Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nanood. Reminder though, NCAA Season 99 Volleyball Tournament
with our ultimate analyst.
My name is Anton Ross.
Oh, well, catch us next week. Marami pa kaming pagkukwentuhan dito. And guys, GMA News on YouTube, GMA's Facebook page, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast. So, ang tabayanan ninyo, simula pa lang to na marami pang kwentuhan at mas mahaba. Siguro, lalaglag ako ng ilalagdag nitong dalawang to. Dahil, yun ganun talaga pagka... Wala
Ganun talaga mag-podcast.
Ganun talaga. I'm Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio.
Okay, dagdagan natin YouTube channel as well
yeah.
of GMA Sports and on GMA News. But don't forget to catch also the other GMA podcasts. We got How is Severino podcast, surprise guest with Miss Pia Arcangel. We also have Updated with Nelson Canlas and the Mangahas interviews. Once again, I am Martin Javier and this has been the Game On podcast.
We're still working on it, guys.
We're still working on it.
Keep up with non-stop in-court action with GMA Sports. Catch the latest sports news here and round the globe. Be thrilled with conversations about the finest athletes and sports personalities.
Is this it? Yes! And Mamuski with a 1-2 is now down to just 6.
And never miss a beat on the latest hard-court
So looking at the numbers here, in set number 1 and set number 3, San Sebastian only tallied a combined 26 points.
You have a lot, of course. 26 points is not enough if you're going against Benilde, who has a lot of firepower and utilizes all their players. You have Mondoñedo on the side of Benilde, so of course all the players will be maximized.
I would say marami pang nakareserba para kay Coach Jerry.
That's true. This is the highlight of the third set, si Coach Roger.
Coach Roger naman hindi nauubusan ng mga quotable quotes.
Kaya nga quotes Roger.
Hindi niya sinusukuan yung mga players niya.
That's true.
He's trying to push all of their buttons.
You can see from the set 3 statistics, Benilde has 16 attacks versus San Sebastian's 9. And they had 2 blocks while San Sebastian had none. At least in this set, they minimized their errors to 3. Compared to the last set, I think it was 9.
Yep. So in the first set, it was 2. Second set, it was 9. Now it's back to a very low number in 3.
I think, to be honest, nagising talaga sila on the second set. Coach Jerry would have said something to them. He wasn't satisfied with that run.
Now, I am looking on the floor, and a very interesting lineup fielded in by Coach Jerry. You have Loan Mondoñedo, Micah Go, Apostol, Christy Ondangan, Jade Hentapa, and Estenzo.
This is why siguro I've been saying that sa trend the past few games, on the third set, dumidikit yung mga kalaban. So I think kasi this is when Coach Jerry fields in his second 6. But having Micah Go here, I think she's one of the lethal weapons for the squad.
So I asked Coach Jerry about Micah Go. She's been practicing for 3 months already. But, syempre, coming from a devastating knee injury that sidelined her for an entire season, he wants to reincorporate her slowly.
It's hard coming off of an injury. Kasi, of course, first of all, hindi ka super conditioned to come back. Of course, you had that momentum from preseason, pero being a year off, that's hard mentally, physically, and also emotionally.
So, just communication between our first and second referee. Larry Escorial and Darius Caganda. Cross court. Juna Gonzalez, who also played a solid role in that 5-setter against San Beda.
Itong Benilde, like San Sebastian, rather, we were saying Team Diesel, and hopefully we see it in this match. Yun nga lang, pinapangunahan sila ng errors nila. Ito yung tumataas. And the second set where they won, super minimal ng errors nila, Anton.
Coach Roger talking to KJ Dionisio on the sidelines. Difficult set para kay Amaka.
You have Gonzalez on the service line and Kat Santos on the front line.
Juna Gonzalez. Targeting Apostol, Hentapa. Dimakulangan, tossing it up to Santos. Cloan to Micah. Too strong.
Micah Go still adjusting to being on the court. Of course, being a year, she was just an assistant coach for her squad. Now she's back to playing. She's still trying to familiarize herself with her old role.
Which was a very big role, as we see Gamit. No blockers. They're very late.
It seemed like there were no blockers because her elevation and also her reach. Grabe ang taas.
Amakatan, Hentapa, Mondoñedo to Gamit. Santos. Back set. And the Posoy puts that one away.
We're seeing a very energized San Sebastian here in the fourth set rather.
Coach Roger appears to be digging deep now into his lineup, calling Jassy Lumibao, aka the girl who showed the finger heart earlier.
Giving a chance to her, but that was a violation called on San Sebastian.
I actually want to see her play.
I want her to bring that energy she had on the bench to the court.
Yeah.
Crossing nung pagbaba niya.
The first referee explaining it na it was a crossing violation.
So we're tied at 4-all. Micah gets that one in. Difficult set to Amakatan. Mondoñedo to Apostol.
Apostol getting her first point in this match, going for that down the line hit.
And the loudest cheers from her teammates as well.
Of course, being in the second six, you're gonna be really excited when you're on the court and your teammates are your biggest supporters.
Micah. Santos. Mondoñedo to Apostol. And the ball goes to Baroga.
Hearing you say that, that's very nostalgic to me, Anton. It's been a while.
You were ready. You were ready. I gotta hand it to you. Good reflexes. Here is the set. Hentapa pops it up. Mondoñedo. Man, I would have loved to see Micah go.
I'm so excited to see her play, of course.
Get that one in.
She's still getting her footing. She wasn't given sets earlier when she was in the front row as well. I think inaalagaan pa rin siya ng mga teammates niya.
The body is not quite there yet, it seems. But you know, it was a good intention. Mitch Gamit,
ever since her first point here in this match. Tuloy-tuloy na puro Mitch gamit yung pinupuntahan ng setter.
This has been her best season, arguably, as a Lady Blazer in the NCAA.
Definitely, Anton. Oh.
Dionisio. Mondoñedo to Apostol. Finding the open spot.
Apostol, I think now is 3 for 3.
And when we come back, Christine San Agustin will give us an update from both teams.
Mga kapuso, let's take a quick look back at the early goings of our brand new NCAA volleyball tournament here in the first edition of our Week in Review. On opening day last Sunday, the Benilde Lady Blazers began their quest for a three-peat on a high note as they dominated EAC 25-15, 25-14, 25-23. Graduating middle blocker Mitch Gamit led the way for the Taft Avenue-based squad with 10 markers. In the match that followed, Perpetual flexed their muscles against JRU, winning 25-14, 25-14, 25-21. Reigning league MVP Mary Rose Dapol top scored for the Lady Altas with 16 points. On Tuesday, Mapua outclassed San Sebastian with a 25-20, 25-23, 25-18 victory. Sophomore Super Roxy De La Cruz exploded for 18 points to lead the Lady Cardinals. After that, LPU needed 4 sets to dispatch San Beda 25-17, 13-25, 25-15, 25-21. Joanne Duguna was the player of the match as she finished with a team-high 17 points. Nung Miyerkules naman, winalis ng JRU ang EAC 25-20, 25-20, 25-23. Pinangunahan ni Kyla Hasareno ang atake ng Lady Bombers sa kanyang 13 puntos. Pagkatapos nun, matagumpay ang naging pagbabalik ni Coach Oliver Almadro sa NCAA sa pagkapanalo ng Letran laban sa Arellano 16-25, 25-17, 25-17, 25-17. Si Coach O ay alumnus ng Letran at naging player pati na rin assistant coach ng kanyang yumaong mentor na si Nes Pamilar. And that, mga kapuso, were the results of the first 3 match days of NCAA.
You are still watching the NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Renew and regroup yan ang reminder ni Assistant Coach Jay Chua sa CSB Lady Blazers as he also challenged the girls to finally bring this game to an end. Sigaw nga ng koponan dito sa CSB side, tapusin na natin para makapagpahinga na tayo. Meanwhile, this is not the case for the Lady Stags because they are not ready to give up just yet. In fact, challenge pa nga sila ni Coach Roger at sinabing bigyan naman ng quality game at ang kalaban at huwag basta-basta ibibigay ang mga puntos sa kanila. High hopes coming from both the teams, Anton and Gyra. Let's see if this is finally an extended win for the Blazers or a beginning of something for the Lady Stags. But for now, balik sa inyo.
Definitely on the last set. Thank you, Christine, for that report. It was a renewed CSB squad we saw on the last set, and now they're regrouping. But they're quite struggling, I would say, with their errors here in this set because bago na nga yung mga tao sa loob. On the side of Coach Roger's team naman, sabi niya, wag basta-basta ibibigay. It's a good thing they got the second set in this match, but hopefully they gain back the momentum on their side.
I just thought I was gonna hear something different from the tapusin na natin to para makapagpahinga na tayo.
Of course.
Because they're still in the thick of the season. So resting was the last thing that I would think that would be on their minds. Because as you said earlier, they still have a lot of work to do.
They still have a lot of improvement to make as well.
And with matches taking place during the weekends, well, these student athletes can't really enjoy the weekends.
Of course, they have a lot of matches to play.
Eh halos nilalaglag mo lang eh. Di paluin mo. Pag na-check yun, di lalayo yung bola. Tinatapik-tapik mo lang eh. Ano ba yan? Kaya nga tawag sa inyo, spiker, ini-spike eh. Dapat sa inyo laglaggers. Laglag lang kayo ng bola. Tatawa ka ngayon. Laglag ka lang ng laglag ng bola. Haluin mo. Single block padaanin mo yung bola kung saan kaliwat kanan.
Hey, SSC-R! Spirit, ganun mo. Try mo dito.
Laglaggers. It's always comical when it's Coach Roger with the timeouts. But what he said made a lot of sense. Wag matakot dapat kasi pumalo. Wag puro drop ball. Because when you hit the sets, there's more chances of scoring a point. Although that was a missed set on the side of San Sebastian.
So kakasabi lang ni Coach, laglaggers. At nalaglag na naman yung bola on the side of San Sebastian. Not exactly what we were expecting coming off that timeout. Juna Gonzalez gets the point for San Sebastian.
Gonzalez has been scoring a lot for her squad. Silent but deadly, I would say.
Di makulangan. Perfect pass by Go Mondoñedo to Hentapa, and that looks like the season 97 edition of the Benilde Lady Blazers. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
This is the team that we know has gelled and has a lot of experience with each other.
I remember during Micah Go's MVP years, she was such an all-around player.
That's true. She from spiking to blocking, she was there.
And this latest sequence, nakadepensa si Micah. Ngayon naman, nakapalo. Good elevation on the spike. So that's good to see from Micah Go. 7-point advantage for Benilde. Apostol. Good serve. Santos from the back row. Getigan with the pass. Mondoñedo running attack for Christy Ondangan. Here is Christy Ondangan dashing and smashing that volleyball. Eight-point lead for Benilde. Sabi ni Hindi Makulangan, akin, alis.
Yes, you need to have more of those from a setter. Ondangan. It is Ondangan's set right now as we head to a technical timeout.
That brings us to our second technical timeout.
The era of new heroes continues in season 99, and this time, it's her story that will unfold as the volleyball tournament has officially taken off.
Easier said than done though.
Last April 7, the much-awaited opening ceremony took place with an exciting lineup of matches.
That's a cross-court hit.
But perhaps the most anticipated storyline in this chapter of the NCAA features the reigning queens of the league, the Benilde Lady Blazers. The defending back-to-back champions began their quest for a three-peat with an intact core led by setter Chloan Mondoñedo, along with high flyers Gail Pascual
Making her presence felt here.
and Jade Hentapa. Season 97 MVP Micah Go finally made her return to the court as well. However, among Coach Jerry Yee's collection of stars, it was Mitch Gamit who shined the brightest.
Bigla-bigla silang umaatras. But what a hit from Gamit.
Over the top.
Alam na niya na. Aral na aral.
Gamit was a force to be reckoned with, as she top-scored for the Lady Blazers with 10 points. The graduating middle blocker led Benilde to their 30th straight victory in the NCAA and, more importantly, set the tone in their quest to become a dynasty. All hail to our first NCAA Power Player of the Week for the year 2024, Mitch Gamit.
Keep up with
a very serious San Sebastian side as they try to stay alive here. They are in a precarious situation. A loss here, Gaira, would mean they would fall to 0-4 for the season.
It's gonna be hard to come back from that one because, of course, yung mga makakalaban pa ni San Sebastian, medyo mahihirapan pa sila eh. So, they have, in the NCAA, you only have a single round robin here. So, you have to get those wins early on in this season.
And I would say that in the NCAA, with a single round robin format and teams improving, it's almost impossible to come back if you start the season 0-4.
Tsaka mo hinatak yung kamay mo. Dapat pag talon mo ron, nakaakma na yung kamay mo. Ay talagang magnanat over, hindi naman titigil yung bola sa ere dahil kinakasam mo pa yung kamay mo. Pag talon mo doon, papalo ka na. Hindi yung iikot mo pa yung kamay mo. Ikaw, sundan mo yung blocker, yung spiker mo. Quicker yun eh. Hindi yan mauuna, hindi yan opener, kaya dapat sabayan mo para ma-block mo.
Paano kasi? Paano?
Kayo, grabe naman ito kusumisong inaabot tayo. Naglalaro na tayo, tinuturuan ko pa kayo eh. Tinuro na sila.
Coach Roger, very, very animated always during his timeouts. Sabi niya nga is dapat yung timing sa blocking, which we're not seeing right now. When you have a quicker, dapat sabayan mo. And in terms of spiking the ball, there's something we call the timing of the hitting point. So dapat mabilis yung sinabi niya nga, yung pagkasamo ng kamay mo.
Parang sinasabi niya, pumoposing pa sila eh. Hindi naman hihinto yung bola.
They're getting so much power from their backswing. But yun na nga, nalilate sila sa pag-atake.
Mondoniedo to Micah Go. I like how they're giving Micah a lot of chances here. A lot of attempts. Even Apostol getting a lot of attempts here today as Ondangan is very active at the top of the net.
Ondangan with a stare down, and she has 7 points with limited playing time. She already has 7 points in this match.
Ten-point lead for Benilde. Five points in the match for Christy Ondangan. Dimakulangan tossing it up. Mondoniedo. Hentapa. That ball unplayable as it went beyond and close to the bleachers.
Ondangan is really playing well in this match, even though she's been given limited minutes. Good serve.
Back set. ZJ. Shade. Puts it away.
Hentapa all smiles after that hit. You're seeing lots of hearts from San Sebastian.
She did it again. Jassy Lemivo showed another finger heart counter too. Pero hindi pa siya pinapasok ni coach ha. Kanina kumuha na ng numero yan eh. Drop ball.
Read well by San Sebastian, although it was over.
Gamit. Straight to zone 2. Itong laro ni Mitch Gamit is or can be described in 2 words. Light work. Walang kahirap-hirap.
Serve out. Free boy for San Sebastian. Substitution for the Lady Blazers.
We got a double substitution here. Basarte comes in for Hentapa. And Mondoniedo is subbed out for Katarik.
And at this point in the match, Coach Jerry Yee is experimenting like a guy in his late 30s trying TikTok.
And that is Anton Rojas, everyone.
Akala ko ba si coach lang yung laglagan?
Ay.
This is volleyball, right? Gamit tries to drop that ball. Santos. Estenzo. Nobody picked it up. And that's the process, the growing pains when you go through the experimentation stage.
It's a good experiment still, I would say, because it's not just, it's giving exposure to all the players. Pero yun nga, nakikilalanan pala sila sa loob.
Santos. Go. Santos on the drop. Picked up.
Good block. Makatan defending their side of the net. She read that very, very well.
Nagtaka si Mitch eh. Tumalon siya. Asan yung bola? Basarte goes to Go. And Micah Go
scores her first point in this match
with an unlikely drop. This has got to be one of the slowest drop balls I've seen. But San Sebastian unable to pick it up. Ang layo pa ni Micah from her spot in the net.
It's because San Sebastian didn't think that would come from Micah Go. She's such a hard hitter. So nag-atrasan sila. As Basarte got that service ace with the little help of the net.
Basarte gets that one in. Santos on the drop.
Good drop ball from Santos. She saw that there were two blockers in front of her, so nilihis niya yung bola from those blockers for that to that open spot.
Benilde 2 points away. Gamit puts Benilde at match point.
Gamit's efficiency, I would say, is really high because she's only given a few balls, but she makes sure that she scores a point out of each and every one of it.
Deposoy. Katarig.
Off the block hit by Santos.
I'd like to see Katarig try to finish this match off. She had a chance.
But the defense was there for San Sebastian.
Basarte. Gamit. Santos.
Santos is still trying to keep her squad alive here. Even though they are 10 points away, ino-unti-unti ni Kat Santos yun.
Delaying the inevitable, as this is a near or 99.9%.
And this match is ended with a rotation error.
Gitna. Nasa gitna siya kanina. Nandiyan ka kanina. Dapat 1, nandun siya. 5 ang gitna. Diba? Okay.
Ooh, that's a very costly rotation error for San Sebastian.
And I think my percentages and math were okay. On point as they were down big. And referee Larry Escorial was on point as well, spotting that rotation error. And this just hurts if you're San Sebastian. 0-4. Benilde picking up their 4th win, still unblemished here in season 99 of the NCAA. The Benilde Lady Blazers improved their record to 4-0, and aside from that, they increased their NCAA women's volleyball winning streak to 33 matches. Since NCAA season 94, we will be back on GTV to put the finishing touches on this Benilde win. Don't go away.
What was the most shocking transfer to you?
Yung nakita mo last season na pwede ko itong kakampi. Pagkakampi ko to, champion kami.
Who would win a one-on-one game between you and Jake?
Oh! Bakit ba lumilipat ang mga players? Maraming factor yan. Yan yung susubukan natin pag-usapan at himayin kasama ng ating special guest for today. He is the reigning rookie MVP of NCAA basketball, Mr. Clint Escamis, on this episode of Game On the Podcast. How's the preparations?
Tignan mo yun. How's it going, sports fans? I'm Anton Rojas. Welcome to Game On, the podcast, the first sports podcast of GMA, brought to you by GMA Regional TV and Synergy and GMA Digilab.
We are also seen and heard on GMA News and GMA Sports PH on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, listen to us at Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcast. I am Coach Hammer Martin Antonio.
And my name is Martin Javier. Technically, guys, this is our first episode of the podcast. Kasi yung unang-una natin, that was more of an introduction naming tatlo para, makilala nyo pa kami. Bakit namin papag-usapan ng sports? Bakit kayo maniniwala sa amin? So, for today, this is our first episode with a guest. I mentioned earlier, he is the reigning rookie MVP of the NCAA. Last year's comeback king. Nandito po, Mr. Clint Escamis.
Escamis, welcome back to the NCAA. Here comes Escamis. Escamis using his speed.
Escamis, his defender falling down. Escamis got deep into the paint.
Escamis breaking free. Escamis for three. Clint Escamis is on fire. Mga kapuso, nagtagumpay ang Benilde Lady Blazers laban sa San Sebastian Lady Stags sa loob lamang ng 4 na sets. Benilde improves their record to 4-0. San Sebastian falls to 0-4. Another tough outing, Gaira, for the team of Coach Roger Goreyeb. Now for Coach Jerry, the quest for 3 continues.
Well, I would say San Sebastian stepped up to the challenge, getting 1 set off of the very dominant College of St. Benilde champion team, I would say. But again, this is something they should improve on from their errors, from their attacks. They should be more smart, and in order to win more games and more sets, I would say.
So that is the silver lining for the San Sebastian side and Coach Roger Goreyeb. They were able to become the first team since Mapua in season 98 to take a set away from the Benilde Lady Blazers. Let's take a look at the match summary here. What are the numbers that stand out to you, Gaira?
I'd say the number that stood out to me the most would be the aces. Last game Benilde had 10 service aces. Now they had 8, only 2 in order to match that one. But look at these attacks, 58 attacks versus 41 from San Sebastian. And those 6 blocks, because you had Mitch Gamit and Ondangan in the front row, and also Nolasco at that. The digs, very, very similar, 31 versus 30. When you had Lazarte coming in from San Sebastian, dun umangat yung kumpiyansa nitong San Sebastian. Also, of course, the errors, this is what I was saying earlier, Anton. San Sebastian has to minimize their errors in order to win a set and win the match.
Now, in terms of the aces, half of those aces came from Cloan Mondoñedo, and those 4 came in the very first set, setting the tone for the Benilde Lady Blazers. They gained the momentum from Mondoñedo because you can see that she was so composed on the service line. In the first set, they had, I think it was an 11-0 run just because of her services. 4 service aces, but those 11 points, pinahirapan niya yung depensa and reception nitong San Sebastian. Sinabi mo nga, parang Team Diesel itong San Sebastian. It took them a while to get going. And finally, in the second set, that's when things changed para sa kupunan ni Coach Roger Gorayem. Now, let's pivot a little bit and talk about what happened over in the men's side, because it's been a while since we turned our attention to the men's side. Of course, nagpapatuloy pa rin ang mga laban sa men's. If you want to come and watch the matches, you come live. First match, and then the last match of the day. We usually have 4. So, eto yung mga nangyari. From San Sebastian, the player to watch is still the Sebastino Superman, Kyle Villamor, who had 4 points in that opening set.
Of course, you have two intense teams, CSB and San Sebastian. They went to a 5-setter match. I would say that is a heart-stopping match here, Anton.
Sa Benilde naman, one of the players to watch out for, and he had 5 points in that first set, is Mike Balbacal. Set number 2, let's take a look at some of the highlights right here.
Jacob Herrera, of course, scoring 4 points in this match. As in this set, I would say as well.
Then over on the San Sebastian side, it's the response from Joshua Espenido, who had 6 points to lead San Sebastian to tie things up at 2 sets apiece. And then moving on to set number 3, San Sebastian using that momentum to take the set once again. But this was James Marasigan from Benilde scoring 4 points in that set.
Of course, on the side of San Sebastian, you have Kyle Villamor, who was the highest scorer of San Sebastian in the first set. And now in the third set, he got 7 points off of that set alone.
And in this match, Villamor would go on to tally 28 points. And that's why bagay na bagay sa kanya yung moniker na Sebastino Superman, with the way he soars through the air for those spikes. And of course, yung condition niya, his boyish looks. And here in set number 4, he had 7 points again.
He's the player to watch out for. He's someone you have to block. And also, you have to read his body language. Kasi siya yung tipong, if nakatapat siya sa cross-court, hindi dadali niya sa down the line in order to deceive his blockers and also the defense on the other side.
Now for Benilde, they had a big set from Arnel Aguilar here, who scored 9 points. They didn't want to let go. They didn't want to just lie down. And that's why Benilde was able to force this deciding 5th set, which again was all about Kyle Villamor.
Kyle Villamor scoring 5 points on the 5th set. Talagang you can see that he is the go-to player of his squad. Siya yung hahanap-hanapin ng setter when it is crunch time.
James Marasigan had 2 points in this 5th set. Benilde wishes he could have scored more, but he was limited to just 20. Aguilar also finished with 20. So imagine that, dalawang player mula sa Benilde ni Coach Arnold Lanyog nakascore ng 20 points each, but still it was not enough to get the win as San Sebastian prevailed in what was a long and grueling 5-set match. So ayan po, tagumpay Benilde, ang San Sebastian, congratulations to the team of Coach Rizalito Del Moro and Coach Clint Malazo. Big win for San Sebastian, winning in 5 against the Benilde Blazers.
Again, all the teams here in the NCAA, from men's team to the women's team, ang daming nag-improve. So it's very, very unpredictable here in the 99th season.
So Gyra, we saw a lot of explosive plays from the men's side. Would you like to see some awesome plays from the women's side?
Of course, I am very, very excited to see those from the women's teams.
So I'm gonna do this in line with Jassy Lumibao, because Gyra and I wanted to see her play rather than just do the finger hearts. But for now, we will settle for the awesome plays. Let's watch this.
How's it going, volleyball fans? Here is the first edition of our awesome plays in the year 2024 for NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball. As always, we begin at number 10.
Bohol to Roxy.
Roxy de la Cruz starts us off with something like a smart tip for the check ball. At number 9,
quick attack. Santos from the back row.
Third-year open spiker Kath Santos with an out-of-system spike from the back row ala Lady Beast Gretzel Soltones. Dito naman sa number 8,
Free ball.
ang bagong kapitana ng Arellano, Dodi Batindaan, nagpakita ng lakas sa ibabaw ng net. Para sa number 7,
Wala si Gil Pascual ngayon. Umabas is
pinigilan ng graduating middle blocker ng Benilde na si Mitch Gamit ang atake ng EAC. Continuing the countdown at number 6.
Kay Magaling. Ngayon naman, back set para kay Padillon.
How about this block by Letrans Angge Ledesma? Perfect timing. Returning to the countdown at number 5.
longest rally so far here in the opening set. And it is
It's Mitch Gamit getting a sweet delivery from Cloanne Mondoñedo for her first point in season 99. At number 4,
Dapat mas lumalim yung depensa nila sa area na yun.
the Lady Knights are moving differently under new head coach Oliver Almadro. Here's Judiel Nitura with the finish. Sa number 3,
For Bethwell, trying to finish it. Dapoy!
syempre, hindi mawawala ang reigning MVP. Mary Rose Dapol game-winning spike para sa unang panalo ng Perpetual ngayong season.
For the win.
Para naman sa number 2,
13-8. And she's back at the service line. And she scores an ace.
ang two-time best setter ng liga, Venice Mingming Puzon, nagpaulan ng puntos mula sa service line.
Back-to-back points.
And for our number 1 play,
Timing and leadership. Makilang cross court.
her story is only beginning. Remember the name, Gia Makilang. She could one day be the CC Rondina of the NCAA. And those were our awesome plays for this week. Which plays did you like? Let us know, and we'll see you all again soon right here in NCAA Season 99.
So, Gyra Baroga, I have to ask you, which plays did you like sa ating awesome plays?
I would say I love Nitura's because we were talking about how fun she is to see on the court with her stare downs and just how she challenges the opponent.
I would have loved it more if there was a stare down after that spike, but you're gonna have to watch the games to see it and to enjoy it more.
It's of course, when you're here, when you're watching live, dun mo talagang mafe-feel yung intensity ng bawat laro here in the NCAA.
Now, among the young players, because ang theme natin is of course new heroes of the game, which players impressed you the most so far in the early goings of the tournament?
I think it would be Jessa Dorog and Angel Habacon because
Oh.
Angel Habacon being a rookie scoring 25 points in one game and kalat yung scoring niya from blocking to aces, so she's a player to see. And also Jessa Dorog, of course, she is a very very young captain for the champion squad of CSB, so we're gonna see a lot more from her.
Loved what Angel did in the 5-set win against San Sebastian, and idol pala niya si your teammate, si Yeye Mika Reyes, and she didn't know daw na commentator si Mika. It was only after the match na may nagsabi sa kanya na commentator si Mika. Idol niya yun.
I didn't tell any of them actually that it was gonna be Ate Mika because she is such a superstar but very humble as well. So talagang it's an honor to have her here on the panel in the NCAA.
And I was telling her nga na karamihan sa kanyang mga teammates like si Chang Abby, si Mel, nag-commentator na, and Mika, and you also. She told me she was asking advice from you also.
She was messaging me. She was very nervous.
All right. Well, Gyra, it was great to be back here on the panel with you. Thank you so much once again for sharing your thoughts and your knowledge with all of the volleyball fans who are watching right now.
Of course, it's always an honor to have Mr. Pure Business as my anchor. Talagang masaya and very energetic itong si Anton Rojas.
Thank you very much to Miss Gyra Baroga, back with us here on the panel here in the NCAA. But for now, magpapaalam muna kami for Gyra Baroga, for Christine San Agustin, our Director Abit Ramos, and all of us from GMA Synergy. My name is Anton Rojas saying maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. We'll see you all again next time for more NCAA Season 99 Women's Volleyball as our new heroes of the game continue to soar and score here on GTV.